Hey, welcome to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. This is the show where we talk to live performers, singers, writers. That wouldn't be really a live performer, but singers, actors, dancers, musicians, and a lot of comics, comedians. We talk to them about their careers, what they did before COVID, how they're adjusting to COVID, what they're going to do moving forward. COVID has shut down the live entertainment industry completely across the board. This gives everyone an opportunity to catch up with their favorite performers, and the performers an opportunity to share some product, some merch, some albums, so forth, and get some support while we're going through this COVID thing. So thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the show, do me a favor, like the video first. Number one, most important, please like the video. It helps me immensely. Also, share the video. If you really like the show, share the video. Subscribe to the channel. That helps a lot as well. That goes really far with YouTube. It helps us helps me to put shows up and get more attention on YouTube. Also, if you want to support the show financially, if you want to throw some money at the show, there's a couple of options for you. Bam, they're right above my head, right there. Look at that. Look at that. You can go to lennyschmidt.com/if-you-can. That's my website. You can Venmo me at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. And you can join my Patreon page, which I'll talk about later in the broadcast. You can do a monthly fee. You can pay as little as $1 on all of those options. If you enjoy the show, you enjoy the content, the interview, with the white noise, whatever you're doing with the show in the background, you can throw $1 at it, whatever you think it's worth. Just $1. It's simple. Just $1. You have an option between $1 and $10,000. There's an actual $10,000 button on my website. I'm not going to tell you how many people have used it, but it rhymes with the word zero. Anyway, please feel free to throw some money at the show. We'd appreciate it. We don't have any sponsors. The show is totally sponsored by and supported by all of the people that watch the show and some of the entertainers that have been on the show as well. So I can't thank you enough. So sit back, enjoy the show, enjoy today's episode, and we're going to start it right now. This is taped, but it won't be taped in a second. This is going to be live. Here we go. Enjoy the show. Thanks for being here. Take care. Yeah, just like that. That's the opening. We're here. Look, the sound's on. Everything's working. Everything's working. Everything's working. Except I lost Palmer Davis, our guest. She was here, and then I somehow misplaced her. Oh, that sounds weird okay, cool. There we go. Mike is a little more directional than I thought. How we doing, everyone? Good to see you. What's going on? Hang on. I'm fixing some of the feeds, some of the stuff. There we go. Get that over. The clip. Okay, over here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lenny Schmidt's Quarantine Comedy. Thank you so much. I apologize. We're a little bit late. I have a new setup, some things, and moving some stuff around. Look, there's still some chaos here. Look at that. I had to fix the camera angle. There you go. Look how good the camera angle looks now. It looks so much better. You guys are great. A couple things real quick. First of all, if you tuned in on Saturday to Schmidt Show, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. It was about 45, 50 minutes long. Many of you that are on the board that were there and now, I can't thank you enough. Those of you that bought tickets. Also, I thought I was going to do this. This seems kind of cool. Let me grab the calendar really quick. That's a live streaming stand-up show that I do on online sometimes. And in the past, I've made those free on Facebook and free on YouTube. And we're not doing that anymore. Moving forward, you get a free ticket if you're a Patreon member, which I've mentioned before. And if you buy a ticket, and I give you options to buy lots of different options. Let's see that option. Boom, look, you go to those options as usual. LennySchmidt.com/if-you-can. You can Venmo me money. Anyway, that's how you get a ticket. And I have a whole new pay whatever the hell you want plan. It's a great plan. Here's the deal. You pay whatever the hell you want, and you get a link. You get a Zoom link to the show. That's it. It's very simple. It's a piece of cake. That's how we're going to do it moving forward. I had a few people buy tickets. I can't thank you enough. And I thought I would do this. I think this is kind of a cool option. The very next one we're going to do is going to be on, hold on. It's going to be in 2 weeks. Because I had a cool idea that I think it's a cool idea. We'll see how cool this idea really is. It'll be on the 24th. Saturday, October 24th will be the next Schmidt Show, which is live stand-up. I've already explained how we do the process. I thought it would be cool to do one right when I get back from the road. because the one I did Saturday was before, and I was very rusty. I'll be honest with you. I forgot one bit, and it was a process. But in 2 weeks, I'll have 12 shows under my belt, and I will be home, and things will be much different. So here's what I'm going to do. You guys, most of you know this. Some of you guys that were there are here now. I'm going to do the same thing, Schmidt Show. You can pay whatever you want. However, whoever was at the show this last Saturday will get a free Zoom link. So if you bought a ticket to this last Saturday show, you'll get a ticket to the show on the 24th. Bam. Look at that. That's because I thought it would be cool to get an option to look at the before and after. Before, when Lenny couldn't remember his stupid act, and after, when hopefully Lenny has remembered his stupid act. So there we go. So, and if you did not buy a ticket for the last one, fear not, my friend. There will be an option for you online to join the pay whatever the hell you want plan. Again, for as little as $1, you can buy a ticket for the show and tune in and catch up on the show. I'm going to try and text Palmer again. I'm messaging her. I don't know how I keep losing her. Also, cruise news, minor cruise news. Some good news, some bad news. Carnival has moved forward, and they started their booking, man. They're booking some crew members. They're booking some talent. They're working. They're getting ready for the cruises they're doing starting November 2nd or 3rd out of Florida, out of Miami and Port Canaveral. There's going to be a whole bunch of cruises going out of there. And you can see, though, you can join. Looks like they're all ready to sail. Looks like they're ready to go. I don't know if you bought tickets or if you thought about it, but they are in the process of booking people. And there we go. Hang on. I'm going to text Palmer again. I know. Lost your feed. I know. Lost your feed. So that's good news. That's really great news. Here's the bad news. They're not doing any of the West Coast stuff, and they canceled the Hawaii cruises as well, which is bad news. That's just bad news for me because I believe they're going to be booking guys from the East Coast. That's just what I'm guessing. Let me see what we got going on here. Hold on. Besides that, what else is going on in the news? Of course, the president has COVID or had COVID, went to the hospital. I did see this in the news. This is the funniest thing ever. Well, here's the stupidest thing. He went for a ride yesterday in the car. Look, we know I'm not a fan of President Trump, and we also know that I am not really a Democrat or a Republican. I'm really firmly in the middle, very firmly in the middle. But that was easily the most irresponsible thing any politician anyone's ever done. He endangered the Secret Service. He walked around with COVID. It's not cool. It's easily the most annoying thing I think he's done since he's been in office. I'll be honest with you. Although on the bright side, and I'm sure all of you saw this coming, you can buy or pre-order a $100 Trump defeats COVID commemorative coin at the White House gift shop. Yeah, that's a classic businessman right there. Just jump on board and try to figure out, try to make money off that. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Doesn't surprise me. One more cruise news, if you're interested. Norwegian canceled all the cruises through November. I thought it was through 2020, but it's definitely through November right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. I have work scheduled from Norwegian in December. It may or may not happen. So who knows? There we go. That's it. That's all the news. That's what I got for you. Let's check the board. Let's see. We got quite a few people checking in here today. I got to contact Palmer again because I lost her completely. Thanks. Gar's here. Yeah, Gar, I did remember the gorilla bit. Thank you very much. It took that one I got right. The one I forgot was the talking to your kids about oral sex bit. I forgot the button on that bit, so I'm gonna have to. That's a really good bit. Well, he did. He is going back to the White House. Don't forget to hit like. Oh yeah, hit like. Thank you, everybody. Hit like, hit thumbs up on the videos, guys. If you guys are here, please do me a favor. Go online, hit the little thumbs up. I'm doing it right now. Bam, look, I like my own video. Please feel free to like the video. That would really be the most important thing to me. Also, real quick, bam, bam, I'll be in Oklahoma City starting this weekend, Wednesday through Saturday. We are a go. We're ready to go. The tickets are going fast. I know I have someone, Larry Warden is driving up from Dallas. I don't know if anybody else is watching. You're in that area, but it'll be Oklahoma City from Wednesday through Saturday. And then next week in Wichita, let's do this. I have a good friend. I'm going to try and text her, but while I do, let's show a clip. Let's take a moment and let's show a clip of my good friend who's going to join the show. Palmer Davis is an actress, a dancer, entrepreneur. She also is one of the most wonderful, giving people I've ever met in my entire life. I worked with her on projects at the school. Our kids went to school together. Both our kids were in the same class. Her daughter Cheyenne and my daughter Anna were in the same class over at St. Cyril of Jerusalem, which is in Encino. And we'll talk about what Palmer did while she was over there. But here, let's while we're here, while we have a moment, while I try to find Palmer, let's take a quick moment and watch my good friend some theatrical work. Let's look at some TV work for my good friend, the one and only Palmer Davis.
Hey, George.
So you're sneaking around teaching my kid?
Well, they're sneaking around and they're sneaking around. Dance is a great escape, isn't it?
Oh, be careful, Seema. Conservative, PTA, dangerous cultural territory.
Belly dancing is really...
Suggestive, seductive, racy. Any more than ballroom?
I'm just saying.
You be the judge.
Belly dancing.
I'm listening.
Ballroom.
I see your point.
Yeah, there she is. That's the talents of my good friend, the one and only. And I actually got timing-wise, this is perfect. Give it up for my friend Palmer Davis. There she is. Here she is. Bam. Look. Bam. There she is.
Hey,
it all
Lenny.
worked out. How are you?
It did.
It all worked out perfectly.
Great.
It's like a well-oiled machine, sort of.
Yes,
sort of.
You were amazing.
I'm amazing. I'm not. I wouldn't say amazing, but I get the job done, Palmer. That's what I do, man.
I totally get it. Juggling the tech and the talent, doing it all at the same time, one-man band.
Yeah,
Woo.
that's kind of your gig now, man. It's the same. Everything's changed from just auditioning and going to a gig now, isn't it? You gotta create your own opportunities.
Yeah, well, I was pretty much doing that anyway, because it wasn't like the offers were rolling in. So, you create your own stuff.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, that's true. Well, but you've always been kind of a go-getter that way, man. I set it up a little bit and mentioned that I met you at the school and our work with the kids and stuff. But even back then, I don't know if you sleep. You're one of those people. If I don't know if you sleep, I don't know how if you're moving 100 miles an hour. I'm always impressed with your tenacity.
Thank you. I actually usually sleep really, really well. I'll get my 7-8 hours and I'm solid. But last night, just with the Palmer Dance Experience thing coming out, the online fitness, my mind has been wrapped around what promo can I do. So this morning at 2, I just started editing and edited that video that we'll play later for like 4 hours. I'm like, okay, I guess I should sleep before class.
I know. Yeah, it's easy to get sucked into editing. You look up the clock and it's like 7 hours later, and you're like, oh no.
It flies by. Yeah.
So now you moved up north because you used to live down here. Tell me where you again. You said Salinas, is that correct?
Yeah. So when COVID hit, and it's funny because I'm actually, when we started the quarantine, we had just gotten back from New York. We had a weekend with my son at West Point, and it was parents' weekend. So we got to do all the activities and even went into New York City. We rode bikes around Central Park, and I took my son to his first Broadway show. We saw The Jagged Pill, which was amazing. And so it was really the best send-off before we hunkered down. So we came back, and pretty much what happened is between my husband and I, all of our jobs just disappeared. We worked for the Los Angeles Jewish Home, which is a nursing home. So they're still on lockdown.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to start online Zoom classes with them next week. On all of my cabaret shows and performances canceled, summer camps canceled, everything was out, as was my husband's work. So we seriously thought about driving a truck, like an 18-wheeler. Like,
Sure.
let's go to school, and because they're paying for it, and let's go drive an 18-wheeler. And I mentioned this to a group of childhood friends, and a week later, my girlfriend from kindergarten says, well, you guys want to come up here and manage a storage facility? It comes with a 3-bedroom apartment, and you guys will run the facility. And it's right in the middle of agriculture land. My husband's developing plasma agricultural lights for greenhouses.
Oh,
so
no
he's
way.
Like,
That's genius.
yeah,
for
he's
him.
like, sure, this is like right in the middle.
That's a win-win-win-win. That's awesome.
Yeah, he said, I'll be there in a week.
Right.
So literally, he packed up like a night bag. He had like underwear, toothbrush. He was out of here. I was like, bye, honey. Nice knowing you. And I continued. I did online quarantine exercise classes. But by June 5th, we closed out the apartment. I was gone, and we moved up here. I still plan on commuting 5 hours to LA. When things open up. But it's beautiful here. I look outside and there's just like broccoli and Brussels sprout fields and the 101 freeway. I can see the trucks going past.
Yeah. I bet that smells great. Right?
It's earthy.
Yeah.
It's definitely earthy. Yeah. And especially you really can tell what the sulfurous vegetables are, because that's a whole, like when the Brussels sprouts have been like mowed down in the cauliflower, those are sulfurous like vegetables. And you're like, woo,
Wow.
that's potent.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Wow.
So
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you more than you ever wanted to know about vegetables, but I won't.
That's all right. That's good. Dude, that's nice though. The shit happens. Look, the shit happens. One of the reasons I started the show is the shit happens. Everything gets weird, turned upside down. Your life is completely reinvented, and you survive, and you come out of it. You're like, oh, look where we're at now. This ain't so bad. This is great. It's better, almost.
Yeah. If you have the opportunities to do that, 100%. And, it's so different for so many people who have the corporate jobs. I know they're getting slammed with work. It's like, oh, work from home. So they're like up at 6. You're at home. You don't have to commute. Start working.
Yeah.
And they work until 8.
Let's fill that commute hour with work. Yeah, right. Suddenly they're working twice as much.
Exactly. But everything else for me, it's, I just feel grateful I have somebody that I actually like being around, my husband. So, he's a good person to be quarantined with most of the time. And it's been tough too. I mean, there's people out there. I'm in touch with really trying to recover drug addict out in New York City, living in, government housing, and there's no AA meetings, no NA meetings. They're isolated. The only 2 things he's guaranteed is a government check and plenty of drugs to spend it on. So, I'm in touch with a lot of different sides of it all. But, for me personally, I have no complaints. I'm blessed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's important in a situation like this. I had this conversation with the girls the other day, especially Anna kind of had a meltdown over the weekend. Just because, it's because there's, both our kids are around the same age. So the timing wise, also it wasn't bad for you to move because your kids are older. By the way, Connor looks like a badass. I've seen those pictures on Facebook. He looks great in that uniform, man. He really, that's impressive. I can't believe he went to West Point. That's top of the line.
Yeah, it blew me away when he mentioned that. I was like, okay, we'll see how, long this phase lasts. And, it's a perfect fit for him because, he's cool, under the radar, but, he's up for the challenge, so he's having a good time, totally overworked, but it's good.
If he likes it, man, I couldn't live that life. You know what I mean? That is the disciplines. I am not disciplined or organized or anything. And West Point is like the top of the line of military. You know what I mean? It's
No, there's no messing around. There's no messing around for sure. And
you can't half-ass it there. You know what I mean? You can't.
he had Sammy. So they have inspections. They call it Sammy, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, how is it? And he goes, we failed. We got to do it again tomorrow. And I'm like, well, what did you do wrong? And he's like, well, the pillow was turned the wrong angle, and some books were, it was like little things like that, because it's so, but you think about it, if you have a mission and they're telling you, okay, it's 0.3 degrees latitude.
Oh,
if you go 0.5, you're blowing up something,
somewhere you're not
you don't
supposed to
blow up.
No, I want those guys. I want those guys that are so anal and organized to be there. You know what I mean? As a citizen, I want Connor out there nailing it. Because I couldn't do it. If this country depended on me, we'd be screwed. So better off to have these people.
You and me, we would be like, total chaos for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Where's Cheyenne at? Where's Cheyenne at?
And Cheyenne is at San Luis Obispo, Cal State, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
And she is doing vet animal sciences. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah, she is on the vet track, and we'll see. The chemistry is kicking her butt. She's finally gotten through the 3 chemistry classes. Now she's into organic chem. And if she can get through that, everything else hands-on. She's worked with the cows, the pigs, the horses. She's doing the calving program right now. So the heifers are giving birth right now, and that's pretty awesome. So she's in her, how did this happen? I have no idea. I can only count to 8, right? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And they're doing like West Point and chemistry.
I can't. I love that both your kids are on both so far ends of the spectrum. That's the coolest thing in the world. You know what I mean? There's like hardcore military, and then I'm going to work with animals. I mean, that's just the coolest mix ever.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, I get really great stories, because that's all I care about. I'm like, Conrad, tell me a story, and Cheyenne, send me pictures of, sheep.
Right.
Yeah, she tells me the stories of collecting the sperm and tying off the testicles of sheep, and posted a nice picture with her arm up a horse's. Anyway, yeah. So I got lots of stories.
No, that's the coolest. That's the coolest ever, man. That's the best. Now, I want to. There's a lot of. We're gonna get to. We're gonna talk about the Suburban Showgirl website, and then we're gonna talk about the new thing that you got going on. But I want to set it up properly, because one thing I want to talk about just real quick, because we met at the school. We met when the kids were in school, and one of the coolest things about you that I'm gonna say right now that I've always been really, really impressed with you, and I really loved about you, was the fact that you work so hard to keep arts in that school and give the kids an artistic venue to get out. And you did the after-school theater program. And there were small, like I did a comedy class thing there, which is it was nothing compared to all the work. I saw you last play, the play that you just did with the kids recently. I went and saw Chandler's little sister. Christy's
Alice
daughter.
in Wonderland.
Yes, Christy's youngest daughter's in it. And I went and saw Cammie. Cammie's in it, so I went and saw that.
Yeah,
but
thank you so much for coming.
Oh, of course, no, I support that every time, because I would love the fact. I love the fact that you made sure that was something that was really important to me. You made sure the kids had an artistic outlet after school, and during the summer. The summer program you ran as well had such a theatrical thing behind it. That's so important for kids today, and you worked so hard to make sure the kids had that. It was probably, and your kids were there at the same time, so. For them to be involved and be involved, and your kids were there at the same time is really cool. But that's something that's overlooked constantly in the schools today. And that's one of the reasons I went to St. Cyril, honestly, was early on I got turned on to Lounge Lizard through Mike, and I saw that before I even went. And then I went, and then everything you did for the school just turned me on to the school so much more. It's overlooked by so many schools, and it's not taken seriously enough by, I think, so many parents in schools.
Well, it's funny. Way back when they had the whole, no kid left behind, and DARE and drugs, and then budget cuts, and we want to keep kids off drugs and keep them from getting pregnant and all that, but we're going to go ahead and cut out all the middle school sports, and you know what? We're going to go ahead and cut out the art and theater. And I'm like, how do you expect these kids to stay off drugs when you are taking every single opportunity and activity away from them? What are they going to do? Right. This is a place where they can build their confidence and bond and have fun. And it's not enough to teach my kids how to dance. I got to teach all of their friends because, it's literally like you go to a party and it's like when you get into high school, you're like, I'm so awkward. I need a beer. I'm really awkward. I need a 6-pack. Oh my God. Woo. And, and that's why we get so wasted. So I thought, you know what? Build the confidence early on. So they're like, yeah, I can dance. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll drink. Maybe I won't, but it's not like I have to drink.
Right.
So that was, that was kind of I'm a control freak. I'm just trying to control all the kids.
No, I agree with you 100% because one of the best thing I got, when I started doing the comedy class, I learned that I know as an adult, for me to tell a new joke and it works, I'm on cloud 9. You know what I mean? And I'm 55, so for a 10-year-old to do it, it's like phenomenal. And I'll never forget the look on some of their faces when they would do very well in front of a crowd of people and get laughed. And the biggest thing I always believed was the confidence building it gave kids to perform in front of a bunch of people and believe themselves and just do it. My thing was just do it. Just go ahead but here's what blew me away about you the most is I always had the comedy class. I had never more than 9 kids in that class. Never more than 9. And I was like, and I would finish the first class. And I'm like, what did I just sign up for? This is the stupidest. It was exhausting. Yeah. Right. But, and I went and watched Alice in Wonderland and you did the play twice with how many kids in each production? Like 25 kids?
We had about 30. I've done my class with about 40 kids before.
I don't know how I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you could teach theater to 9 kids and get them to focus. It was a class. Yeah. It was great. And it was great because you had control of them during the production. It was so cool. You would get them focused so quick. I don't know.
It's funny actually, because when I think about it, how did my son end up in West Point? Well, I'm kind of, I was a Rockette and everything is like regimented. And when I look back at the Rockettes, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so military. And right when you start, and I've been doing this for a long time, and you have to start the discipline and the structure right away. And so by the time the class grew from like 8 kids to 40, like I had my structure, and if you didn't have that structure, they will eat you alive. So it did not happen overnight, and there was a lot of trial and failure, utter failure. But definitely it's grown through the years. Yeah.
I don't know how you pulled it off. Now, when you were Rockette, how long? When were you a Rockette?
So that was right before my daughter was born. I want to say 97 and 98. One of the I went on tour, so I did the Myrtle Beach, opened there, and then I was in Chicago at the Rosemont Theater, and then I was about to do it in Los Angeles. I got all fitted, got my brand new costumes all done, and then I got pregnant with my daughter. So I didn't do that one. Yeah. I could have. I would have been just going at the end of it. I would have been going into my 5th month. Yeah. And they were actually kind of pissed that I dropped out. They're like, well, you can do it. We have people do that all the time. Yeah. And it wasn't so much I was scared of doing it physically. It was like, I don't want to be pregnant and have you people yell at me. Because they're ruthless. It is boot camp in high heels. Oh, right. I bet. I'm like, yeah, they're just like, your pinking's wrong. This one, get your leg higher. Da, 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 da. And they're like, I'm going to be pregnant. I was like, I just don't want you bitches yelling at me. That's what it came down to. I kicked my legs. I danced till 7 months. That didn't scare me. Right. But them bitches are scary.
Yeah. You don't want the pressure coming at you. There's no reason. No, good call. It's probably a smart move. You know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure. Yes. I mean, I couldn't drink coffee around Veston when she was pregnant. So, you know what I mean? Somebody yelling at me would be that's not pleasant.
Right. That's a whole other thing.
Because it's really like, I mean, behind the scenes of all that shit is really like you see in the movie, like the movie Chicago. And it's not, it's brutal. I mean, they are Nazis. They're on top of you hardcore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first, the newbies that come in, everybody, it's fun. It was fun to watch in my 2nd year because I had a little bit of distance and I was maybe a little bit older, some of them. And basically within the first week, everybody thinks that they are the worst Rockette, that the choreographers hate them, and they have a mental breakdown and cry at lunch break. at least 3 times in the week. I do everything wrong. I get the most notes. She had 10 notes for me and I'm trying so hard. And they take it so personally. And it's like, no, that's just what it takes. You know, it's not personal. And yeah, some people need a little bit more, you know, help than others, but so I got used to that. And with ballet, it's like, it's precision. It's not, well, it's kind of like, no, it's like that. So you get used to that kind of a work ethic. Right. And yeah, so you try to instill that into the children, but then sometimes you go too far and you're like, oh, wait, they're 9.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Whoa.
Go ahead. Eat the banana. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
okay.
an M&M. It's not going to kill you. I forgot you're a child. Go ahead.
Yeah. You can sit down and take a rest.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Please don't cry.
I know. I push and I'm never good about, you know, calling for a 5 or a break. And sometimes I realize I'm like, again, let's go. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys haven't had, one of them finally raises their hand.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're like, can I get, and they were all raspy and like, can I get a drink of water?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, go hydrate.
Yeah.
Non-union 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't give them 5. I said, this is a non-union 4-minute call. You have not earned the right to a union 5.
Wow, at least you give them the 4. That's the best.
I give them 4 minutes.
That's the greatest education growing up in California, too, because every one of those kids at some point is going to end up somewhere where they get a non-union 4.
Somewhere. Absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? You got to be tough, because in this world today, we're protecting everybody. We're putting like bubble wrap around our children, especially now with COVID. So how do you build resilience in children? How do you make a resilient child when don't bully him? Don't be mean to him. Teacher, my child is special. Don't, you know, offend their spirit. We're like have these porcelain children. Yeah. Then they graduate and they go to college and they have mental breakdowns.
Yep.
And they're near suicidal because they're like, I can't handle it. And I'm like, well, because you've never had a rough day.
Yeah.
You know?
Never had a rough day. Right.
I'm not condoning bullying. I'm not doing, but it's like at some point, it's like, yeah, that kind of sucked, didn't it? What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
So,
well, but you're right. It's got nothing about bullying. It's actually about, it's about knowing that I try to teach my daughters and this is going to sound bad, but the world owes you nothing. No, the world doesn't owe you anything. And life is 90% things going wrong and you figuring out how to solve them and embracing the moments and being happy. And, you know, things are going to go wrong. They're going to go wrong constantly. And they have a complete meltdown when something goes wrong. And I'm like, this is life. I know, Dad.
That's
I'm like,
life.
okay, it is. I know it sucks. I agree with you 100%. It totally sucks. How are you going to deal with it? Like, well, now, what are you going to do? You know, the adversity.
Yeah, that's the
how you handle adversity. What makes you the person that you are as an adult.
And those are the people who are going to get the jobs. And I tell my kids, you know, most of you are okay. Almost all of you are not going to be professional actors. I mean, they're not, okay?
Yeah,
I'm not grooming them for that. I'm teaching them work ethic and how to get ahead in life and go into the corporate world or be an entrepreneur. It's like, go get clever, solve that problem. My prop is in the wrong place. Well, we're in the middle of the act. How are you going to somehow find it? You know, solve those problems.
Yeah. That's smart.
You're doing good, Lenny.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. That's what I say. That's what I worry more about. I always tell the kids, and I tell my friends this, I don't think so much about when kids get to college and have a meltdown. Those same kids are going to grow up and be leaders someday. And I'm worried about, that's what I'm worried about, is when, you know, when they're running for office and they're like, why am I having a bad day? And because it's life. I don't want those people in charge of anything. You know what I mean? If you're going to be in charge of stuff, you better be able to solve problems.
Exactly.
Now we were talking about the rock, and here's another thing that's really cool, as in classic Palmer fashion. You were in the Rockettes, but then you got pregnant, and your life changed. And as time went by, you made a one-man show out of that. You made a one-person show out of that. I'm sorry, one-person show out of that.
Yeah, I did. Let's see. In the bleachers of my son's gymnastics class and in the baseball fields, whatever, I just started writing. Actually, I ran into Richard Klein. Richard Klein played Larry on Three's Company. And
yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, the swinging guy.
Yeah, he was great. He was very funny.
I really want to backlight. It's like the sun went down, and I realized I haven't.
Yeah, you know what it is? This change of season started messing up. We were talking about that natural light thing. The change of season is screwing us up a little bit here. Yeah. Yeah,
when we did the sound check, I was like looking good here. But when we run the B-roll, I'll go ahead and flip my my little light on. So anyway, I'm teaching a yoga class, and he's like, "Have you ever thought of doing a one-person show?" And I'm like, "Oh God, no! My life is so boring. Nothing's excited. No, I don't have anything to write about." And then a couple months later, I said, "Well, sure, let's start writing." So he just said, "Start with one story." And I just started building different stories and found my through line, which happened to be the children at St. Cyril. So the cotillion class, I was running a cotillion class at the time before it became a theater class, became my through line as we go through the years. Now, I'm sure I've done over 100 drafts of this show. Right. But basically, whenever my kids were in an activity or whatever, I just sat with my computer and figured it out. And yeah, it was hard, the school of hard knocks of producing a show. Financing it, writing it, costuming it, then eventually getting original music, paying for the composer. Yeah, I'm still paying for it.
That doesn't surprise me at all. No, it totally makes sense to me. I believe that. That makes total sense. That's great. All right, well, yeah, and I saw it. I saw it at the Whitefire Theater at least once. Yeah. At least one time. So let's show the trailer. I'm going to show the trailer for it right now. This is Palmer Davis, Suburban Showgirl. Let's take a look at the trailer for her one-person show.
I'm the ta-da girl. Well, you know, the magician, he does the trick, and I go, ta-da! If you refuse me, honey, lose me, then you'll be left alone. It was exhilarating. Okay. I'm Hannah's mom and your new dance teacher. Wendy Walker, you look so amazing. I hope I be so amazing at your age. Could I be a dancer? Let's see your legs. Gotta work hard. I'll work hard. Gotta take class. I'll take class. Can't quit, won't quit, Mom! Walker, it's Brianna. Congrats on the baby. Oh, thank you. I named her Hannah Elizabeth O'Hara. Beautiful. Listen, something's come up. But I don't know if you're ready. What do you mean it's your last time? No, Charlie, there is always another last time with you.
Yeah, Palmer Davis right there, class. Look at that. Oh, very cool. And look, you made your lights look fantastic. Even you are the constant professional. It's amazing. Nice
I'm trying.
I like it. Very impressive.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a beautiful show. It's a fantastic show. It's really well put together. And it was great for me. It's a perfect show for if you're a parent, I think, in California. And a lot of parents at St. Cyril, there were a lot of parents who came from the industry. and then you have kids. You have two choices. You don't have kids, or you have kids and make it work. And that's what you did. You had kids and you made it work. So it's a beautiful show to watch if you're that type of parent, because it hits home hard.
Yeah. Choices, obstacles, marital issues. It was semi-autobiographic, and part of the rewrites is to really make the show have an arc and get it off of its feet. I had to take a lot of artistic license with it. So, and that really freed, when I didn't feel like I had to be, completely honest and every detail had to be true, then I had a lot more liberty to craft the story that I wanted to tell and really get at the heart of it and the struggle and the obstacles. And again, the resilience.
Right. That's smart. Very good. Now, yeah, that's cool. Once you remove it a little bit, that's a great way to look at it. Because I did a one-man show, but it was completely about me. So once you get to a point where you can take liberty and you take a lot of artistic liberty, it really opens the door creatively for you to be able to do different things. You know what I mean?
And it started completely autobiographical.
Right.
And that was the whole first run. And that's what Gary Marshall came to see and put up at his theater for the Gary Marshall Presents. Right. And then I took it off the block and just completely shredded it, rewrote it, and added original music. And that's what you saw when you came. You saw the last rendition of it.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. Right on. That's cool. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we all went out to eat afterwards. Yeah. Are you?
Yeah, and I toured.
Are you doing it anymore? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off.
Well, yeah, we'll find out. After that, I think I went on the road a couple more times. I did Orcas Island, Port Angeles, and the Colony Theater for a couple nights. And then one thing I do need to do before I do the show again is I'm going to get foot surgery at the end of this month.
Oh, are you really? Okay.
Yeah. Part of I got bone spurs in my toes.
Oh,
which
you got that dancer's feet thing?
Yeah, it's not a bunion, but I can't go up on so wearing high heels and like just working through my feet is so I'm going to start taking care of that, and then I want to find out, can I do the show again at 50 something years old?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I forgot. It's not like you just sit. I just sat in a chair and talked for like an hour and a half. You know what I mean? You're all over the place. You got to be in shape to do that show. Yeah.
Oh, big time. And you saw the costumes.
Sure. Yeah.
And why I designed that darn showgirl costume. And I'm like, I'll do a 2-piece. And,
sure.
And I'm like, I did not think I would be doing this into my 50s. I'm like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
So, and it was way too expensive. I'm not designing another one. So,
anyway. I have
I'm stuck.
Yeah, you got to do it now. I more than a few people have commented on your legs, by the way, in the board here, and I was asked to play legs when you came on for the show tonight by several of our mutual friends. Yes, but I told her I couldn't do it because of copyright issues. That's the only reason I couldn't do it, because it's a YouTube Live. Every time I break that rule, I get an email, and I'm like, I don't want us to be banned. Yeah. Let's go with that.
No, you get an email and then they ban you and then take it down because believe me, when I was doing my quarantine cardio, I got emails every single day. Like, Warner Brothers has copyrights of
It's the music, right? It's the music.
Yes,
right?
The music. So now I finally subscribe to Epidemic royalty-free music. And that's what I use when I publish my online workouts. I said, you guys won't know these songs, but I got to use it or else they're going to ban me. Right. So, but I work really hard to get the best of the royalty-free music.
What's it called? Epidemic? It's called, what's it called?
Epidemic. There's a bunch. We'll talk. Yeah, I'll talk you through it because I went through all of them. Yeah. Okay.
Because there's one I'm using now for the show because it was a song I was using for the it's a long story, but it was a song I was using for the YouTube video, and then after this is over, I upload everything to podcast. So I make it. This is also going to be a podcast in like a week.
Yes.
The problem is the song I used, they would let me use for video, but I couldn't use it for a podcast, and I didn't catch that till later. I'm like, well, that's stupid. So I had to eliminate the song. You know what I mean?
That's what I like about Epidemic, because you can use it for one thing but not another venue, and that's where I was like, okay, well, I should put my affiliate number in here, so if any of all y'all want to use it,
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
No, it
No,
would help.
it's the affiliate link thing. That's what we do these days.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, I'll tell you all about that. I'll talk you through it.
Okay.
Sure. So
So
my
what?
legs.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
legs. How do you keep those legs in such amazing? How is that even possible? You keep those legs in shape still.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I have to thank my dad because he had really long legs.
Okay.
So that helps. Thank you very much. And it's just never stopping. I mean, full on cross train. So I
Yeah.
was an athlete in high school. I started as a ballet dancer, but I always did like soccer and t-ball. And in high school, I was actually a super competitive volleyball player and track athlete.
Okay.
I still have the high jump record from my high school.
Oh no, do you really? Look at you, badass little
Yeah.
bragging. Yeah.
Fun facts about Palmer. Actually, I think somebody finally tied it. But so from early on, I was lifting weights. And when I was about 12, I would go into jazzercise class way back when people were leg warmers. Like it must have been like 79 or 80. And I would go in with all the old ladies and I would do jazzercise. And so I was kind of mental from way early on about staying in shape. But what that did is it gave me a great cross training platform. So most dancers, I think I dance a lot and they put a lot of strain on their body, but they haven't gotten strong or built the muscles up. That's where the weight training or the cardio work helps. So I think that is supplementing the weight training and cardio with my dancing, I think has enabled me to continue on to do all of this today.
Well,
So yeah, I do all of it.
That makes sense for longevity because then you know what I mean. It's kind of like it's comparable to like when I work out, I work my core a lot. I'm a big believer in working your core, and I think if you work your core, that helps a lot. And the more you work your core, the stronger you are, and the more you keep doing it, in the long run, it helps you in the long run. So that's really clever.
You're setting up, your core is setting up your posture and your position for all the other exercises you do.
Right,
so if you come from the center and you're really strong, then you're going to keep good form. Yeah, for sure.
Do you you still now what do you teach? You used to teach yoga. Are you still teaching yoga at all?
So yeah, I used to teach everything.
Yeah, I know. You've pretty much it's like you learn it and then you teach it. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can juggle, knife throwing. Sure, you throw
I got it. No
knives
problem.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah, right. I got it.
No knife throwing for me. A lot of people would be dead or maimed. So yeah, I've done spinning, kickboxing, yoga, step class, high impact, low impact, a cardio bar. I've like done everything. So through the years, what it's always been in my mind, what I'm doing right now is I'm starting the Palmer Dance Experience. And what this is bringing a little bit of dance into your everyday routines. So we're in the middle of the 30-day challenge right now. So every day we have something different. Cardio dance, sculpting, intervals, which is, high intensity training, yoga, and then we'll alternate with like sexy dance or box and stretch. So my people are going through a little bit of everything. So the people who are like, yeah, I love this. I'm like, okay, now work your shoulders and get sexy. Yeah. Or now let's work our hips, right?
Right.
So it's all over.
Yeah. So it's like a whole package. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing now.
Okay. And that's the thing that you're in the middle of a 30-day challenge?
We are in the middle of it, and right now this is the biggest tech push I've ever done. Between mastering Zoom and vMix is next on me, and I edit all of my promo myself. So every day is a new tutorial as I put my platform together. But I am doing the 30 days. We're on day 15, and then right after my surgery, I'm going to start a 21-day restorative dance class.
Okay.
Now, as I've mentioned, my husband and I, we taught at the Los Angeles Jewish Home. So we teach for seniors, like in wheelchairs and chair dance and things like that, from absolutely no mobility.
Right.
So this is going to be for like our parents or people who have physical limitations or coordination challenges. So that's going to start November 2nd. and 21 days of just restorative coordination.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Training.
And then because there's always
Yeah.
something you can work on while even if you can't if you can't walk, there's plenty of upper body or stretching or whatever. And from years of experience of doing everything, you know you've covered all those bases. That's a great idea. That's good.
Yeah.
I have a clip. We have the clip for the Palmer Dance Experience. Can I play that now? Do you mind? I'll play that right now.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it, man. And we'll talk about VMix when we come back. I don't know if you did that yet, but that's a good call. But here we go. This is a clip. This is the Palmer Dance Experience. Check it out. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Well put together. Look at you, man. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, everybody, there's the email. Look. Let's put the email out there so everybody gets an opportunity. Also, after the show, we will put all that stuff in the bio, and any contact information you have for the site, we will take care of as well. All right, man. That's very cool. That's awesome. So you're how's that working with Zoom without the crowds, man? It looks so energetic with people in the room. How's it going with the Zoom situation?
So it's magical in a room, no doubt. And almost all of that was done across. That was Paris, Rome, Krakow, Australia. When I get to do my triple threat workshop. So that video was around the world. Very dear people to me. A shout out to all of the Bernard Hiller students out there. But the Zoom is going really well, surprisingly. I took a whole month after I did 60 consecutive days of 3 workouts a day during the first 60 days of quarantine. I took a break for about a month, and I got 6 guinea pigs, friends of mine, and I said, okay, I got to work out all of the kinks. And it was bad because I'd be like, on Zoom, the volume is up. We can't hear you. Your microphone's wrong. Oops, your internet's out. It was just bad, but they were really patient. Bought a new computer, new internet service, new microphone.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Again,
will
the investment ever pay off. So anyway, but now, we're through a lot of the bugs and we're having a good time. And what's great is they can either work out at home and turn off their camera. And people are really enjoying that. And so and they're moving in ways that they would never move in front of people. I have a summa cum laude Princeton graduate epidemiologist girlfriend.
Okay.
Seriously, who was so smart. And she's like, Palmer, I was told to never stand in front of the class because I'm so distracting. And she goes, I can't do any of it, but I'm having a blast. and I'll never turn on my camera, but I'm getting better.
Oh, that's
And
great.
I'm like, that's awesome. And,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about. And then anybody else who's like, no, I want to be live and see you and be seen, they turn their camera on, and, my energy is never, I'm used to playing to empty houses, Lenny.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm familiar. I know. I know.
I've played to 2 people
Yeah.
in the audience.
Yeah.
And you learn you cannot let your performance waver. So I'm always going to be on, no matter what. I will bring the energy there. And then when we can finally come all together again, we'll meet up in a dance hall and sweat on each other.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Well, that's where the Zoom thing is an advantage, I think, for someone like your friend that doesn't want to be seen, but then she still gets the experience and working out. You know what I mean? She still gets the benefits.
Exactly. And I have a girlfriend who joins in from Australia when I do evening classes. Mm-hmm. She joins me the very next day. It's her morning. She jumps in.
Oh,
and
right
I have
on. Okay.
From around the world. Yeah. And all the classes are recorded. So if you can't make it live, within a couple hours, you're going to get a link to the recorded class to do at your leisure. So
now, do you have
live and recorded.
How does it, can I ask, how are people signing up? Are they, Christy's here. Christy says hi. So I'm just saying hello to Dave. There she is. How do people sign up? I'll put this in the bio afterwards, but do you have a website for the PDX or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is, I do. I'm kind of building it. That's my Kajabi platform, which is another whole set of tutorials.
Sure. Yeah. That's the worst part about all of this is the stupid tutorials. I spend more time watching tutorials than being creative. It's a little frustrating sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll figure it out myself. Yeah. And after an hour, I'll go, oh, wait, there's a tutorial for that. So, we have palmerdance.com. But that's another website. I'm just in the beginning of integrating all of this. Right. But for sure, if you email me at pdxwithpalmer@gmail, or go on to the Palmer Dance Experience in Facebook, there is a registration link. Basically, you get on my email subscription list, and I'm going to put you into the funnel when I get that funnel built.
Sure. Perfect.
And right now it's all by hand, but email me or go onto the Facebook page, say you want information, and I will get you all set up for, we're going to repeat the 30-day challenge, all recorded November 2nd. And then live, I'm going to do the 21-day restorative dance.
Right. Okay. All right. That's great. That's very cool. I have a friend. There's people commenting on the board right now. I have a loyal following. I don't have a huge following, but I have a loyal following of people that tune in a lot.
That's great.
Yeah, right.
I don't have a following.
Yeah,
the children follow me. And only because I will yell at them if they don't.
I make the kids watch. I know. I do the same thing with the girls. With the girls on early on, I go, "You guys want to help me with this video thing?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, they're great." And after like a week, they'll go, "We don't really want to." I'm like, "You got to tune in." Lily every once in a while gets on. All right, so first of all, I have a friend who's a CNA who's all about the restorative program that you're doing in November. She says it's a great idea to get people up moving around at that age. You know what I mean? That's important.
Yes.
That motion's very, very important. So she's
we
backing
love
you up.
our CNAs. I just got to put a shout out there for all the CNAs and all the RNs. You all are goddesses. You take care of these people. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Even before COVID, I was like, I'm in awe of you all. So yay.
Constantly. Yeah. Very loving, caring people. It's amazing. Who else? Christy. Well, Christy's here. She said hello. And what else? If other people that are commenting, people are still commenting about your legs. Of course, that's happening. And it's going to happen. And what do you mean my age? No, not my age. Now they're making fun of my age. Shut up. I never brought up my age. I can move. I work out. I go to the. Shut up. There we go. See, look at that. The legs are kicking.
Yeah, but Lenny, what? Can you do a hip circle?
I can do a hip. What's a hip circle?
I want to see.
All right, hold on.
No. You gotta stand up. This is my studio right here.
All right.
So,
all right.
Here we go. Okay, there we go. So now this is how you start. You gotta bend your knees a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Okay, knees are bent. Now, what you're gonna do? I'm gonna give you the side view. Pull your stomach in and let that pubic bone go forward. Like
my stomach is in.
No. Pull it more and just like let that pubic bone. It goes forward and back. You rock it forward and you rock it back. Right? Forward and back. Great. Now you go side to side. And then you make a big circle like you're hula hooping. Yeah, woo!
Yeah.
And hula hoop the other way. I promised my fans that I would get you to. And now, circle. Now you figure 8. You got to do your figure 8. So I can figure 8, and then you get low.
Oh, that's risky.
And then you go.
I got a knee thing.
Yeah. See? You did it. Yay!
Almost fell on my desk. Yeah.
Yes.
See, I can
So
move.
That's what.
Screw you, Larry
That's
Warden.
what PDX is all
That was
about.
that was Sexy Lenny. Thank you. Now they're calling me Sexy Lenny. That's the Sexy Lenny move. Yeah. I can't roll my arms. It sounds like I'm hacking up stuff when I do that.
Good. You stick to Russian then. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. All right, so tell me, all right, I want to know if there's anything else you want to plug, but when are you going to do your next 30-day challenge? Do you have a specific time for that? You're going to do the November thing first.
Right. So November 2nd on a Monday, the
Right.
very same day, we're going to repeat. It's going to be recorded 30-day challenge. So
Okay.
I won't be doing it live because I will have just had my foot cut open. So
Right.
I won't be jumping up and down.
Right.
Yeah. So that's when I'll be doing the restorative chair dance and floor exercises.
Okay.
But people can still do the 30-day challenge starting November 2nd. It's just going to be all of these classes, the sculpt, the intervals, the yoga, but recorded.
Okay.
So you will get a whole library of about 20 different workouts. And I give you a schedule each day of what you do. And it's a recorded workout with me and music, royalty free. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
it's
can you do it?
it's really affordable.
Can you do it at your on your own time? Obviously, if you're access to the recorded stuff, you can do it on your own schedule.
Yeah.
So, like if you work nights, you can do it at 2 a.m. or whatever.
Yep.
All right. Well, then I'll jump
Yeah.
on board and do it. I'll do it because that's the perfect time. Like, obviously, I'm not going on the road, although I'm going on the road tomorrow for 2 weeks. But
Awesome.
these are the first gigs I've done since we shut down in March. So I've got
Congratulations.
yeah, I'm very, very happy. So it looks. I don't think I'm
Nice.
doing it ship in November, but November might be. This is also a good time for me to do something like that. So I might jump on board. I'm going to jump on board and do that November 2nd, and get the recorded package and do that for 30 days because I'll be here for 30 days. You know what I mean? Actually,
Perfect.
you know, I think about it too. It actually would work really good if I was traveling. If you have access to the recorded stuff, you can just access it from a hotel room somewhere.
That's all you need. Some days we do weights, but you get yourself a TheraBand and you work resistance and just pull up. Where's my TheraBand? Right here. You know, you get your band. See, I got it all ready. Right. And just even doing this, throw that in your suitcase.
Yeah, of
and
course.
You got your weight.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
I love that. Palmer, this is
sure.
great. Thank you for being here, man. Is there anything else you want to
been
plug?
amazing.
Anything else you want to mention? Who else is here? Any other questions? We never can say those 2 words together again. Okay. Okay. Oh, great. Someone said I won't be single for too long with moves like that. Okay. I don't know how to take that, but I will. I'll take it.
No. I am okay. So before I go, there is like physical fitness, heart health, endurance, strength, flexibility. But I also, once you get to know me a little bit better, this doesn't come out in the first week, but I really work on the sensuality aspect because our sexual health is really important too.
All right.
And the more control you get of all of those little muscles that I call the magic circle, I'm just saying,
Okay.
it can help some other extracurricular activities. I'm just saying.
Wow. I think you just sold a whole bunch of packages right there. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you should have led with that. I would have had more viewers through this show.
I know. I buried the headline. Man.
No, I like it. You come in with the hammer at the end. Oh, by the way, bam! Your sex life will be
By
better
the way,
too.
you'll have better sex if you
Yeah.
do PDX.
It's like the Frank.
My God,
yeah. Oh my God, that's
tagline.
great. It's like the Frank Thomas commercial for Nugenics. You ever seen that commercial at the end? He goes, and she'll like it too. Those cheesy commercials. Oh, will she? And every girl in the commercial is like doing this. You're like, oh, come. That's how it works in real life. That's exactly how it works.
Exactly.
All right,
Oh
Palmer,
my
you were the
gosh.
best. I can't thank you enough for being here, man. This is really, really, really awesome, man. Give my best to Greg, please. Tell him I said
I
hello.
will.
The girls say hello. They love you very much. I told them you were
Big
going to be
hug.
here. Yeah.
Yes, to Anna and Lily. I love those.
Everybody,
Big
Palmer
hugs.
Davis, round of applause for my good friend, the one and only Palmer Davis. We'll bring her back when I go on and I do the 30-day challenge. Yeah, there's the legs for you, Gar. Pay attention. Hit pause. Hit pause.
Yes.
All right.
After the 30 day, I want you to show me, like, we're
All
going
right.
to revisit those moves.
Deal. All right, deal. I'll do that for sure. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Palmer Davis. One more time. Round of applause for my good friend. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Folks, I always do that wrong. Damn it. That's Palmer Davis still on the screen. Hold on. Wait. There we go. I keep doing that. I missed the... It's just 2 buttons. You think I could hit the right button. I hit the wrong button. I had a lot of viewers today. You guys were great. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure it was Palmer's legs that kept you guys around. But either way, I appreciate it. All the info that Palmer gave will be in the bio at the end of the show, or in the YouTube bio. You guys know the drill. That's where it's going to be. I highly suggest you email her and get in the funnel, or get near the funnel, close to the funnel for when she launches the funnel, so that you get all the information. I've known Palmer for years, and the PDX is a great idea. It's a combination of everything she's known for years, and I look forward to jumping on it November 2nd. That's a really good idea. I might even get the kids involved, too, at the same time. I think it'll be cool. Yeah, they'll be awesome. Besides the rest of you guys, this week is going to be a little weird and up and down. I am traveling this week. However, we're live today. We're live tomorrow. Tomorrow, special Tuesday show. I'll send a message out tomorrow morning, all the Patreon members, and I'll plug it on Facebook and social media. Jeff Shaw will be here tomorrow. He was on the show back in March when I didn't know what I was doing, and I made a million mistakes and screwed everything up. So he's back tomorrow live. We're going to go live tomorrow. I will have a uploaded episode on Friday, and I may have a special live show on the weekend because I will be on the road. So I'm going to juggle the being on the road, doing a live podcast thing, and see how I can make that work. So there you go. So tomorrow live, Jeff Shaw. No show Wednesday. We'll be traveling, and then we'll be back Friday with an uploaded show. Also, if you enjoyed the show and you're still watching, as I mentioned before the show, there's lots of options to support the show if you would like to financially. Bam, they are right there above my head, LennySchmidt.com if you can. If you want to support the show financially, if you can, go to LennySchmidt.com if you can. Also, you can Venmo me at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. And the last one's the Patreon page. There's quite a few people on here that are still on here. They were Patreon members. If you join Patreon, it's a monthly service. All of these options have a $1 option. You can pay as little as $1 for any of the content I provide online. You can or $10,000. There's a button on there for $10,000. If you look at my website, it goes $1, $10, $50, and $10,000. So if you want to click that $10,000, I'm still waiting for the first person to click the $10,000 support Lenny show button, but it hasn't happened yet. But the Patreon page is a monthly service. You pay it every month. You can pay as little as $1. The more you pay, the more you get. You can get things like all of my comedy albums for free, my DVD for free, content to the 90-plus hours of access to the 90-plus hours of content that I produced over the last 3 or 4 months. All of that stuff, signed headshots, all kinds of stuff, clips of old stuff I've done. And you get check-ins from me 2 or 3 a week. You can be involved in a writer's session. There's a lot of stuff you get from a Patreon page, anywhere from $1 to whatever you want to pay. If you want to join the service on a monthly basis, do that. So besides that, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow live for the first time on a Tuesday in quite some time. So tomorrow, we're here live. Make sure you tune in. And as always, do me a favor, dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase their shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to LennySchmidt.com/ifyoucan or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy Channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.